God.
Welcome, associates, gather on the stand. This trial's a circus, but I've got a plan. Not a grifter, still worse than Dan. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? Me be the diva, she's running the show. Two Capone and Meg, yeah, everybody knows. Fat or fat, well, nobody knows. What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle. Hopscotch squares, don't trip, don't fall. BK in a felony, I've heard it all. Shake it, magic 8 ball. Tell me the truth, will justice call? What the corn echoes as the chaos grows. My credibility left in a vehicle.
I don't know why that rabbit makes me laugh. So dumb.
He's like, yay, wee!
Wee, oh, whoops, down the rabbit hole. Crap.
I didn't mean to do that, my bad.
It's his innocence. Like, it's like, you don't know where you're getting ready to go, rabbit. You better be careful. Right. Hello, everyone. What is up? Good evening, Gabby.
Good evening, associates. I salute you.
Flashman, I had to break the bad news to you that it's only Tuesday. And he said, really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble. What's up, Deidre? You guys and your magic 8 balls.
We love them.
What's up, Carmen? I will have to read your breaking news thing later. That's too long to read right now.
She's like, breaking news.
She'd be like, I don't know what that means. Because you're too young.
He probably
What's up, Snipe?
doesn't.
Snipe will know.
Yeah. He probably got his news from, like, one of those, SOS machines. Yeah.
The telegraph, or whatever that was called.
Telegram.
Beep, 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 beep.
It came in like a one strip paper. It was rolled up. And like some little rascally kid with like a backwards scally cap runs up to you and is like, "Sir, I got a message."
What's up, Chloe? All the young people are like, what are they talking about?
It's like, I gotta Google this.
Good evening, Bad Dazzer. Good evening, Snipe.
Extra, read all about it.
That's exactly it. Hello, Idol. Oh my gosh. People are going to be like, what did I come into? Walter Cronkite. Of course, Grandma here knows what you're talking about. Well, you're pretty close, Flashman, Walter Cronkite reference, but even I'm a little young for him. But is that Harry Candy? That's what
Candy.
They were at the end of the video. At the end, they have been mentioning the Harry Candy because it's on the floor.
Oh.
5-second rule, as some said, and then Bad Dazzer said, I think he has a 10-second rule if the woman fell on the floor, or something along that line. I don't know.
Wait. How old is Carmen?
30, almost 1. She will be 31 on 4/20.
I'm 9 years older than you.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Especially in today's day and age where information moves so fast.
Absolutely.
Tell them to check out the Carrington event. You heard Bad Dazzer. Check out the Carrington event. That is true. I don't either. We'll have to check it out.
Better than Harry Burgers?
That's what Flashman had last night.
Harry Burgers?
There was a hair in his Big Mac. I would
Oh,
recognize Diane Sawyer. You're correct.
that's nasty. Nope.
Rubbish.
Rubbish.
Rubbish. We'll allow it, Idol. We'll allow that. Okay, so I tried something different on my computer tonight because I don't know what's
Oh no, AJ, why? No, I'm just kidding.
because I don't know what keeps happening. I don't know why it keeps just locking up.
Oh,
And then I'm like, fortunately I have my laptop going too, so I can be like, well, hang on, I'll be right back.
well, like,
So,
nothing. Why are you changing? Stop pushing buttons.
so I moved both. So I have my my YouTube up over there, and then I have Rumble up on my laptop, and I took it off of my computer, which that should not be causing any issues. I think is a StreamYard issue. I have no idea. What's up, Ronnie? Flashman, I apologize. Oh yeah, you can't talk about food. Never mind. I take my apology back. That is between you and Heidel. So you don't have to talk about food. I just talked about your food. I thought I traumatized you by talking about your food from last
So
night.
they got a bet going on? Now you can't talk about food?
Now you can't talk about food for a week.
Oh! Flashbang? That's going to be horde for you? That's going to be real horde. Dang, Heidel. Heidel's gangsta. Look what she just did.
And if he wins, then Heidel has to speak hood.
Girl, get ready.
This was what was going on in chat last night.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet.
I was like, okay, I don't know which is like I'm more on edge about here, this trial or this chat.
Oh, and Heidel, don't worry. I'll be following Flashfan around the internet to make sure he doesn't ever talk about food, because it's going to be really hard for him to not do that.
What's up, Bree? Oh, Miss Madison.
She is the cutest. Look at that face.
Nope, Heidel, you said I couldn't make it a week. I'm going to prove it wrong. All right, well, it's on. He's probably having cat hair pizza tonight. Ew. Already
Heidel,
done.
I already did
Hood East Side. Uh-oh, he already did in his Discord. Flashman.
Oh,
yes.
So what happens if he loses, though? What happens
apparently,
if he loses?
I think you can't make it, because apparently it sounds like you already talked about food in your Discord. Unless I just misunderstood Miss Heidel.
Okay. How about we just say it starts right now?
Right now. Right
now. Like 1, 2, 3, go.
Now.
Right from this point on, no food talk for a week, Flashfan. And I will be in Baker's chat on Sunday in Discord to keep an eye on you.
I've heard stories in the chat. Who's spreading lies? No, hold on. Flashman is not going down. He's not going down without a fight.
From now on, you cannot talk about food. From here on out, no food talk.
For 1 week.
Whatever happened in your Discord, it's forgiven now. From now on, no more. And Heidel is gangsta. You gotta watch out for her.
Oh, but I gave you permission. Oh shit! Flash is gonna be real bishy during court watch.
I love it. He kind of is. He's probably gonna be like, "Hey guys, guess what? Oh yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
I'll pop
Life
in
is
and be
boring.
like, Flashman, don't do it. Flashman, don't do it."
Mother, read it after the hood talk. I'm trying to read it, but I can't read it right now. So you're gonna have to wait. Herman's like breaking news. and then sends me this thing. Well, she sent it to Gabby too.
Oh, you did? Hold on.
I don't know what the Texas killing field case is. You're supposed to read it out loud.
You know, no shit, Sherlock.
It's like,
Hold on.
holy
Hold on.
crap.
I'm reading it really quick in my head so I can.
All right, Carmen says you guys are going to be interested in this. So here you go. I'm reading it
Okay.
out loud, as I've
Oh, you're
been
gonna do it?
told
Okay.
to do. Yeah,
Okay.
because, you
Okay,
know,
do it.
it's not my stream. Carmen.
It's not my stream.
Breaking news. Reading silently. It does make for good content. Reading silently is great.
I know.
Oh, what? Straight to jail if I didn't cooperate? I know how this works.
Can you? These pigs out here, you know, they just don't know how to act.
Oh my gosh. That is a joke. That's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's totally a joke. I love Carmen. I love police officers. I love them all. It's fine. We're fine. Okay, go.
All right. Breaking. 40 plus years later, justice moves forward in the Texas killing fields case. I'm not familiar with this. After more than 4 decades, James Elmore has been arrested and indicted in the deaths of Laura Miller and Audrey Cook. Authorities say Elmore helped Clyde Hedrick hide the bodies and is now facing manslaughter and tampering with evidence charges. Elmore just arrived at Galveston County Jail, marking a major development in one of Texas' most chilling unsolved cases. Families of the victims may finally see the answers they've waited decades for. That's late. That's old news. Too late.
Flashman knew about this months ago. Where the heck have you been, Carmen? This isn't breaking news.
This was 53 minutes ago.
Yeah, but Flashman already knew about it months ago. He knew it was breaking news before it was breaking news.
It was in his McChicken.
In his McChicken. Don't mention food. Flashman's on, a word diet. Okay, he's on a word diet.
Okay, Ronnie knows. Ronnie says, wow, yay. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This picture with his moobs and his stomach hanging out.
Oh, he's
very
a sexy
attractive.
beast.
Very attractive. I mean, good Lord.
If you guys here.
He's getting all the ladies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's got a tattooed across the, I don't know if can you guys see that? I mean, it's not real clear, but trust me, you're better that way.
A box?
What?
What is the tattoo? A box?
It's words.
Oh.
It's a word.
It's like a box.
Probably says like dumbass or something.
Probably, because that's
and then the top of it says, I am. What's up, Ash?
Hey, Ash.
Yeah, I read it 29 minutes ago.
See? He already knew.
Yes, along with the hair.
There's a whole documentary already?
Yes.
Wow.
They move fast these days.
That was
Clyde lives
fast.
right down the road from you. Oh, in the prison. All right, let's start with that one.
Lord. Hey, y'all. Zach in the house.
What's up, Zach? Ooh, look at that pretty picture. Looked like you were hanging out with Carmen and Cheyenne a couple days ago, because they also have a picture very similar to that. He is like a bad David Allen Coe, and that is saying a lot. Hey, he wrote that one good song.
I'm sorry,
Put that picture away. I can only be erect. What are
Oh my God. I almost choked on my drink reading that.
Wait, isn't that Lover's Lane? Is that where that's out by you, right? Were you the one?
Who, me?
Gabby? Yeah, that case out like Who was sending me that? Somebody's like friend's mom or aunt or somebody you knew, somebody that was murdered with that unsolved case that they think they're going to solve finally.
Oh no, that was from the mid '80s, early '90s case, the New Bedford Highway killings.
Yeah, that's not the Lover's Lane one.
I don't know anything about a Lover's Lane, but I do know that
Oh,
that
that's
case has
Houston
been
too.
going on for years and years and years, and that's New Bedford, Mass. You know, and it's my aunt's mother was one of the victims.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm not familiar with the Lover's Lane one. Lover's Lane is from the 90s in Houston. All right.
Yeah, it's not. I never heard of the Lover's Lane thing.
Well, okie dokie. All right.
Well,
Now
it
that we've
kind of
got.
is too, Carmen. Lover's Lane was kind of a Zodiac thing as well, but I feel like, every little town has a Lover's Lane type of thing. But
I don't think ours does. There'd be too much meth in there. I'm just saying.
yeah, that's around here too. Yeah, we there's no Lover's Lane. The Lover's Lane is maybe KFC parking lot. I don't know. Sorry, Flashman.
Disappointed no one knows the reference. Fail. Well, I didn't see it.
What reference? What reference? Snipe? Heart? I know Snipe.
Oh, Zach, I don't shut up. I grow up. And when I look at you, I throw up. Dang it. Is that from Stand By Me?
I don't know, but that just like reminds me of so many things we used to say when we were kids, you know? It's like you're rubber, or I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever I say, bounces off, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Never mind. We have a dick lane. Seriously, it's 2 roads down. Is it now?
Got it. I got it. It was Stand By Me. Also, I'm not reading that. Flashman, that's hilarious. 18 and his girlfriend was poked in their car.
Doing the nasty. Poked? Who poked them? Wait. They were.
He didn't mean it like that.
So they were poking each other, and then someone stumbled upon them and poked them again at Lover's.
No. Yeah, she got poked twice. All right. Who corrupted Flashfan?
Nobody. He dang corrupted him dang self.
Yeah. Don't let him fool you.
He's not innocent.
You better go work on that message, Flashfan. I think you have some material now.
Yeah. Go work on that.
Why are we poking? We're not poking. We're not. That's all right.
3 fingers then?
We have gone off the rails. So many holes, so little time. So off the rails. We're done. Carmen is there.
I was going to answer Big Dazzer, but, I just jump into things and I shouldn't.
Where can I get poked?
A lot of places, actually.
No. No.
Exactly. 5-finger discount. Oh,
that's not the way I took that.
Well,
That's
still
a
5
fist.
fingers.
It's a fist.
Yeah, 5 fingers.
Following this one.
Lemon pound cake party. Oh.
Oh gosh. All right. Thanks, Carmen.
3 roads are called Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'll send you a picture. All right, send it to me.
I can't come in here because Zach is here. Now it'll look like I'm following him. I think he followed you, Katie.
Yeah, he totally followed you.
That's what he said when he got here. He's like, I followed Katie.
Yeah, he did.
Flashman's like, stop talking about pound cake. Okay. All right. Whoever's not here. Wake up, whoever. You know she's sleeping.
Whoever.
You know she's sleeping. So, quick recap from yesterday's. We trial that we started. This is a trial from Iowa, a little town of 350 people. Defiance, not to be confused with Defiance, Ohio. The defendant is Dixie Shanahan. I'm going to use this word loosely. The victim is Scott Shanahan.
Dixie Shavingham? Oh, I'm sorry.
He was not a good guy from everything that I have read about him. He was very abusive to Dixie, very abusive to his mother. I think there was probably some abuse going on to their children as well. And Dixie took him out. But the thing that she did was she shot him in the back of the head, apparently, and he either fell into bed or he was already in bed, and then she left him there for over a year. And she put a towel underneath the door to seal it, and then some air freshener. Not many. We saw some pictures of the air fresheners yesterday. Not many air fresheners. I think she had the windows open in the winter time. I hope she had air conditioning, because in the summertime, yeah, it gets really hot out there. And then she had a candle. She didn't allow anybody, obviously, to go in that room. So it was probably left just the way that it was that day. She did take the weapon out, the rifle, which we saw yesterday. It was humongous. That had to be all I kept thinking when they were. Well, two things I was thinking of when they were handling the rifle is, one, or the shotgun. I don't know if there's a difference. It's gigantic. And two, no gloves. So when they were talking about getting DNA off of it, I'm like, yeah, yours is all over it. That had to be really loud, so I don't know how there wasn't anybody else around to hear it. And so she just told everybody that he left town, and nobody cared because nobody liked him. He was just not a good guy. So nobody, I think, had she been able to dispose of his body, I don't think this would ever been a trial or a case. I think people would have just said, oh, well, bye, Scott. Like, see you never. And they would have been perfectly fine with that. Only, according to the newspaper, yeah, pretty much. According to the newspaper article I read, only 4 people attended his funeral, and his family declined to pay for it. So that tells you what kind of person he was. He is no longer. If she only had a desert. Well, she did have a backyard. So we went over the fact that because the prosecutor was making us all kind of irritated yesterday, for lack of a better word, in the way that he kept saying that Dixie there was only 3 incidents of, desert. I hate that word. Desert is better, but dessert is the bestest. That there was only 3 incidents of domestic violence, because he only reported 3 incidents. He did finally kind of correct himself on that at the end of his opening statement. But I want to tell you guys, well, that's fine, they can. Here, I'm not spoiling anything, because I told you that I wanted to wait till she testified before I gave you all the information that I know of what allegedly happened to her. But here's what happened with the 3 times that she did report and that he was arrested. Basically nothing. So we have May 1997. This is when Scott punched Dixie in the face and slammed her head into the car window. He then threatened to take their son Zachary, and told Dixie that she would never see him again. His sentence, he pled guilty to domestic abuse assault. He was sentenced to 30 days in jail, and he only served 2. The remaining 28 days were suspended. and he was given credit for time served. I don't know how much of that doesn't make sense. I should have reread my own writing. He served 2 days. September of 1997, so a few months later, Scott struck Dixie in the head and legs with a metal object, causing her ear to bleed. Dixie told the police at the time that she was pregnant and terrified Scott would cause her to lose the baby. The sentence: he pleaded guilty to domestic abuse, assault, aggravated misdemeanor. He was sentenced to 2 years in the state penitentiary. Actual time served, 4 days. The judge suspended the rest. I don't know how with just in a matter of months that you have 28 days suspended and you do it again and you don't have to go serve that. And then you get 2 years and you only serve 4 days. And then she didn't tell on him again for 3 years. October 2000, Scott locked Dixie and the kids in a closet and held the door shut with his foot to keep them from talking to friends and police. When deputies finally entered the home, Dixie had 2 black eyes and showed them a hole in the door where Scott had smashed her head. He was arrested and charged with false imprisonment, felony domestic abuse, assault with injury. This is the one he didn't serve any time because Dixie fled to Texas and Scott was repeatedly contacting her in violation of the no contact order, threatening to off himself if she didn't come back. And Dixie refused to return from Texas to testify against him, so all the charges were dismissed. So 6 whole days that he served for the 3 times that she told on him, which kind of makes sense on why maybe she didn't tell on him. So it's not it's typed. It's not in pencil either. He did. Did he have to hug and say sorry? Yeah, he hugged the never mind. Sorry, Flashian. So, yes, the department failed her. Absolutely. Sorry, but the world won't miss him. Exactly. Yep. The judge, whoever kept doing that was not, I agree, Heidel, that's bad. Yeah, at that point I get why she lost her marbles and did what she did. A case like this shouldn't go to trial. I agree. I mean, I agree now. I know there are some states now that even if the victim, if they get called to a domestic violence call and they see that there's suspected domestic violence, even if the victim doesn't want to press charges, generally the state will still go ahead. And it's not up to the victim anymore. I do agree with that. And then there's also, they'll keep them for 24 hours for that cooling off period. I do agree with that. That at least gives somebody time to try to find somewhere to go, get away, make a plan, and exit. Because if you are in that type of relationship, that's the worst time, is when you are trying to, if they know you're really going to leave. In Florida, if there is a DV called, it's required someone goes to jail. Yeah. Back in the 80s and 90s, DV wasn't treated like it is today. Cops didn't want them crowding their jails, and they would talk you out of pressing charges, which is horrible. So I do think we're looking at 2002 when it happened, the trials in 2004, I think it's changed a lot. I think it still probably has a long ways to go. But this is a really sad case. Yesterday we heard the opening statements, and then we heard from the criminalist. We saw the pictures of inside of Dixie's house where she lived with Scott, and she was still living there at that time. She actually remarried a few weeks before she went to trial. That guy had been over to the house, and he had no idea. He had no idea that Scott was back in the back bedroom decomposing. He didn't smell anything. That's the weirdest part of this to me, is that she just went on. Like, she just lived her life, and nobody thought any smell was there or smelled anything. I don't know. But it's, sorry, you guys, but what? Stop it. What? He didn't notice? He didn't notice. I'm telling you. Maybe she was a really bad cook. Maybe. Okay, that was my thought too. That smell is really strong. And I'm telling you, all that was under the door was a towel like she had shoved under the door. And 2 tiny air fresheners and not even that big of a candle. And she had like stacked chairs and just miscellaneous things down that part of the hallway to keep probably the kids and everything out of there. The bedroom was locked. But I don't know how she hid that for that long. I mean, you heard the guy talk about the bed last night. After they had removed him, there was still the outline of him on the bed because of his decomposition. Like, maybe he had early COVID. What's up, Danny? Maybe. Gave him a really big hole in the back of his head. I don't know. I don't know, bad. She might have. Especially if the person busts from gases. I don't think he did. There wasn't any testimony of that. But we will... we will hear from the medical examiner tonight. We will hear from the optometrist that Scott had an appointment with that day, who is apparently the last person, other than obviously Dixie, to see him alive. And then we will hear from 3 acquaintances. I think, if I remember correctly from the opening statements, they bought maybe some of Scott's stuff when Dixie started selling his stuff off. And then said, one of them said, if Scott comes back, like, just let me know and I'll give it back. Because they didn't want any problems with this guy. They didn't want any issues with him. When Dixie was arrested and she went to jail, her bond was $150,000. And the town came together and raised $15,000 to get her out of jail. They were holding bake sales, and they were taking casseroles over to her house. They were offering to like take custody of the kids. They were like rallying around her. They did not care about him at all. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not trying to just say horrible things about this guy. I'm just going by what I've read. He wasn't good. So it won't be a super long stream tonight. I know we've already been around several twists and curves of things that did not have anything to do with this so far, but that's how it goes around here. So we will get started. We've got the optometrist up first, and then the chief medical examiner. So let me put this up here. Make sure I've unmuted, because I'm really good about not unmuting. And here we go.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Howard McCutcheon.
And your occupation?
Eye doctor.
Where do you practice?
In Harlan.
And where is your office located here?
2306 12th Street, across from Mickles Restaurant, if that helps.
Okay. How long have you practiced here in Harlan?
I've been here since 1975, so 29 years.
You live here in Harlan as well?
In the country, but a couple miles out of town.
Okay. Among your patients, did you have a patient by the name of Scott Shanahan?
Yes, I did.
And do you know where he lived?
Defiance area. I think in town, but I'm not sure.
All right. to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 37. Do you recognize who's shown in that exhibit?
As I remember, that would look like Scott. Yes.
Okay. Does that fairly and accurately depict Scott as you would have seen him in one or more of your visits?
Yes, because he did not wear glasses, I do not believe.
All right. I did offer that into evidence. Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. Your Honor, this time I've asked to offer Exhibit 37 into evidence.
No objection.
37 is admitted.
Did you have occasion to see Scott in the month of August of 2002?
Yes, I did.
And I imagine you see a lot of patients.
All right, there he is. That's the only picture I could find of him as well. That's the man. That's the guy. Whatever.
On a daily basis. Do you keep records of office visits by your patients?
Yes,
Is that one of the reasons why you can tell us precisely what day it was?
correctly. It was August 26th.
And August 26th of 2002?
Correct.
What kind of visit was this?
From my review of the record, his eyes were kind of scratchy, mattery, kind of a dryness, and he was having some difficulty with close work.
How was his general health? Do you make an
Very
assessment
fine,
of that?
in good shape.
Any tests that you administer to see how his general health is?
As far as general health, everything was fine. He had had some, in past, some soldering with a grindstone. You know, I had some corneal scars, you know, from just past history, but it didn't affect his vision.
And can you tell us what the result of your exam was?
I think we prescribed reading corrections for him if he wanted to use them, just like readers that he could get any drugstore or just magnifiers, and then maybe some low-grade over-the-counter eye drops for his itchy eyes.
How long does a standard office exam like this usually take?
Oh, 15 to 20 minutes between, you know, I'm with him and then the staff may be with him another 10 to 15 minutes or so.
All right. And that was the last time you saw him as a patient?
It was, yes.
August 26, 2002?
Correct.
All right. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Are you an ophthalmologist?
Optometrist.
Optometrist. Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you. You're excused.
Okay, bye now. So much info.
Would you state your name, please?
Julia Gooden, Goodin,
And what city do you reside in?
Des Moines, Iowa.
What is your occupation?
I'm the chief medical examiner for the state of Iowa.
And are you also a licensed medical doctor?
Yes, I am.
Do you specialize in an area of medicine?
I'm a forensic pathologist.
Could you describe for the jury what a forensic pathologist is?
In order to be a forensic pathologist, you have to go into college, you have to go to medical school, you have to do a residency in anatomic and clinical pathology, and then do a fellowship in forensic pathology. I've done all of that. Forensic pathology is a subspecialty of pathology. You may know pathologists who work in the hospital who look at biopsies under the microscope, surgical specimens, determine if people have cancer. They do autopsies in the hospital. They run the blood banks, the other laboratories in the hospital. A subspecialty of pathology is forensic pathology, in which we do autopsies mainly to determine cause and manner of death in people who have died either without a physician in attendance or under circumstances in which there might be a homicide, an accident, or a suicide. And then we determine cause and manner of death.
You mentioned you attended medical school and had some education. Could you describe that education for the jury?
I went to college in Kentucky. Following that, I did my medical school in Kentucky at the University of Kentucky. Following that, I did a residency in anatomic and clinical pathology at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. I did my fellowship in forensic pathology in Baltimore, Maryland. And then I've been practicing forensic pathology for about 14 years. I'm board certified in anatomic pathology, clinical pathology, and forensic pathology, and I'm licensed to practice medicine in several states, including Iowa.
I was going to tell you, she is not a native Iowan. Not with that accent. What's up, Baker?
I'm sorry, Kentucky. I live in Kentucky. I breathe in Kentucky. I drink in Kentucky.
I will tell you, Kentucky only being one state down below me has a much thicker accent than we ever could around here. Trust me.
She has
I
that
don't have-
pursed Kentucky lips, though.
And the stripe suit and the fake rose too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gabby would have said a lot less than this.
Oh, I would have. I would have been like, get bent.
Oh, Zach is allowed in here. This is not a good Christian chat. That train left the station a long time ago, Baker.
Absolutely. Way before Zach even started coming here.
Oh no, Baker, master of accents, is here. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? He thinks he's the master of accents. He doesn't know crap.
He speaks Boston just fine. What are you talking
Well,
about?
now, I mean, he's going to speak fluent Boston. I mean, he has a lot of Bostonians on his channel now.
Yes, sir. Ma'am. You. Sorry. I breathe and loathe Kentucky. Sniff, sniff, snarl, snarl. Wow. Gabby would have been like, I work with bodies in lab data and sheet.
Basically.
So I'm going to go get me a frap.
No, I don't say that.
You don't say frap?
No. I said that's what
Well, you
people
don't say-
call it here.
Oh, I was going to say you don't say frappe because that's
No, I
into
don't
you.
say
And
frappe. And you know
this
what?
train is
I don't
bound
even-
for glory. I didn't
I
need
don't
to.
say anything about a frap ever after that stream that we did because I'm like, oh my god, can you imagine it just like randomly out somewhere? I'm like, hey, want to get a fap? That's what would come out of my mouth, and everyone would just like turn to me and be like, what did you say? I'm sorry, excuse me, what? You want to get a what?
I would probably just start laughing and I wouldn't know why.
Yeah,
I'd just be like, somewhere, Gabby just said fap.
yeah, exactly. My husband would be like, what did you just say?
He'd probably die laughing.
He probably would.
Gabby would be like, nobody tell me what to do with this to do. And his body said, get bent.
Yeah,
I don't think
pretty much.
I don't think his body said anything but owie.
Well, his body definitely got bent, but
And it needed to.
you know.
All right. Yes.
He's,
He was like, huh. I pulled you by the hair and back into the house. And you put a hole in the back of my head. That doesn't seem fair. Yeah, well, it did. AJ feels a disturbance in the force. Gabby said fap. That's right.
you could just feel it whenever I say the word fap. Did you feel that like
I did.
the
It's
hair
like,
stand on the back of your neck?
what's the cold chill?
Yeah. Did
Somebody
you,
just-
did you feel it?
I did.
I fap for a fap.
I'm surprised you let the Italian baker in here. What? I would always.
He's not an Italian baker.
He's one, he's not Italian, but two, he's always welcome. And three, stop trying to get. You almost said Italian bread. Hair pulling and fapping. I need to go to bed. You better.
You better. Or you're gonna jump down a deeper rabbit hole. We keep going.
You don't want that, Baker. You don't want that. Go to bed. Go.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "What the hell are these people talking about?"
Go have some nice doughy dreams now before you have to get up and stream again.
I mean, I don't know if you saw his intro video today. That was so sensual with
I'll
the
have to watch
dough. I mean, it was like, I don't know, a bunch of men feeling dough in a sensual way. It was pretty epic.
I will have to watch it. I left early this morning and did not get home till late this afternoon. I have not had time to watch Jack. Let alone Baker. So I'll have to catch up.
Bobby,
And
he's not
Smex.
Italian. He's Swedish.
Smex jazz. Oh, and he said it has Smex jazz too.
It does.
Wow.
It does. I started watching. I was like, oh, okay, dang.
All right. Well, I shall check it out.
I'm like, he's just
I was
needing that
in-
dough, isn't he?
I can't read that if Carmen will come get me and take me straight to jail if I
She'll
say
be
that
fine.
word.
I'll say it. Gabby gets moist at dough kneading. I mean, that video, I kind of looked at it with a side eye. I was like, it's a little spicy. I'm not from Rhode Island. You know what, Baker? Stop
I was
friggin'
not.
being Swedish. How about that? Christ.
I was not. Shut your Rhode Island mouth.
See? I'm not from Rhode Island. You talk to Jedi Jess like that, not me.
Wow.
Well, she's from Rhode Island. I'm not.
Okay. She does not want to be from Rhode Island. I've heard it. I know.
Yeah.
They can't drive. That's what I know.
You can't. Sorry, Jess, but you can't.
They drive too slow. Sorry, Jess. I heard.
Way too slow. Way too slow.
All right. Back to Miss Kentucky.
Kentucky.
And you regularly testify as a expert in cause and manner of death in the state of Iowa and in our criminal courts.
Yes.
Did you have occasion in the course of your work as the Iowa Chief Medical Examiner to conduct an autopsy on a body ultimately identified as that of Scott Shanahan?
Yes.
Could you tell us where and when you conducted that autopsy?
I did that autopsy in Des Moines, Iowa at the Broadlawns Hospital morgue, and I did that on October 21st, 2003 at about 9 in the morning.
And do you make a record of the persons in attendance at the autopsy?
It's part of the autopsy report.
Could you tell us who those people were?
The persons present were DCI agents Paul Bush and Carl Franzenberg.
That's good. Anyone else in addition to those two?
I have autopsy technicians, and it was Jackie Short and Paul Steinbeck that day.
Could you describe for the jury, well, first I should ask you, as part of your autopsy procedure, do you have a procedure you follow, a protocol that you usually follow?
With forensic autopsies, one of the most important things is to preserve evidence and see the body as it actually comes into the morgue. Most of our bodies arrive, we hope, in body bags so that the evidence and clothing is wrapped up with the body. And they're placed in a cooler, sometimes overnight, till we perform the autopsy. Sometimes they arrive and we do them right then. Once we take them out of the cooler, take them sometimes out of the body bag, then we take photographs and we do documentation of everything on the body, the clothing, injuries, condition of the body. We sometimes then clean the bodies up, do additional examination. On a normal autopsy, we would open the head, take out the brain, dissect it, take sections. We would open up the chest, the abdominal cavity, take sections for microscopic examination, dissect those organs. We're looking for disease or injury. We also take specimens for toxicology to look for evidence of drugs or alcohol or other things in the body. That would usually be blood, fluid from the eyes, and sometimes urine. Sometimes there are x-rays involved with the autopsy if we're looking for broken bones or foreign objects in the body. That's the general procedure. Then we dictate the case. We look at microscopic examination slides later, and then the autopsy is finalized.
And to a degree, did you follow that procedure here?
As much as possible.
All right. There were some factors in this case that made you depart a little bit from your standard procedure.
Yes.
Could you describe those for the jury?
Because this body is markedly decomposed, partially mummified and skeletonized, many of the internal organs are already completely decomposed. There's not as much dissection to do on the internal organs. However, there's a lot more documentation, and it takes a lot longer to determine what's really happened. And it took several x-rays as well.
During the initial stages of the autopsy, when you had opened up the bag containing the body and began to photograph and recover evidence, did you have a chance to recover a piece of plastic from the hair of Scott Shanahan?
A piece of plastic wadding. I recovered that from the hair of the deceased.
And was that turned over to the DCI agent, Bush and Franzenberg, those two?
Yes.
Also, when you were first examining the body before you conducted any internal examination, what observations did you make of Scott Shanahan's body at that point?
As I mentioned, the body was markedly decomposed, partially skeletonized, and partially mummified. There were pupa cases on the body. That's what insects leave, flies often. There was a golden brown stringy stuff that had been left by insects covering much of the body. The body was only clad in a pair of undershorts, and it was lying on a sheet and some pillows.
Were you able to either measure or estimate a height of the body?
We estimated a height of 64 inches.
And were you able to estimate a weight of Scott Shanahan's body at the time you examined it?
The body only weighed 41 pounds at that point.
Did you, as you examined the body from an external standpoint, did you notice any evidence of injury at any place in the body?
He had an obvious injury to the head. The head was somewhat deformed due to fractures of the skull, and there was clearly a shotgun wound to the back of the head.
Were you able to obtain a diameter for that wound during the course of the autopsy?
The description of the injury is described in the autopsy report. The skin around the shotgun wound was somewhat decomposing and ragged, but I had a defect there, or a hole there, that measured 1.5 by 1 inches. And then as you look further in where the bone is, there was actually a hole with a diameter of about 0.75 inches in the bone.
I'd like to show you some photographs. It's exhibits 50, 52, 53, and 54, and ask you whether you recognize those photographs.
Yes, State's Exhibit 50, 52, 53, and 54 are photographs taken at the autopsy and clearly have our autopsy number on them.
Do they fairly and accurately depict the wound you observed to Scott Shanahan's head during your autopsy?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state would offer into evidence State's Exhibits 50, 52, 53, and 54.
Just to be clear, I already have that 50's been exhibited. Do we have?
50 has been admitted already.
Oh, it's already been offered.
Okay, we didn't double number anything?
No.
Okay, all right, no objection.
52, 3, and 4 are admitted.
Let me put up Exhibit 50, and Mr. Stenson is correct. This has already been admitted. Mr. Bush described this piece of plastic here as the item that you recovered and turned over to him that we see. Can you?
Yes.
Let me direct your attention over here. Right there.
That's the plastic wadding I recovered from the hair of the deceased.
Yes. Okay. Do we also see in this photograph then the injury, the wound that you've described for us?
Yes, below that piece of plastic wadding and slightly to the right on the photograph is a defect in the skull. You can see that dark area. That's part of the hole in the skin and continues through into a hole into the skull itself.
All right. And I just want to make sure we're looking at what you're describing. Is this area you're describing right
That's
there?
the hole, yes.
Now this is with, this is an external view of the body without any removal of any hair or any tissue whatsoever, right?
There may have been a little bit, as we're trying to identify the wound, we may have lost some of the hair, and doing that, hair easily falls away once a body begins to decompose. So part of the loss of the surrounding hair may have been due to our looking at it a bit.
All right. But as I understand what you're saying is this part of the wound is actually the skin, the diameter of the skin wound as opposed to the skull, the hole in the skull itself.
Correct.
Then if I could show Exhibit 52 to the jury, and ask, how does this differ? Has some of the hair been removed then so you can get a better view of the injury to the back of the head?
Yes, as you can see, we've tried to preserve the wound as much as we can and remove some of the hair to identify the shape of the wound, but it's quite ragged and decomposing.
I was going to ask you, it seems, as we look at this wound, it seems rather than round, it almost is rectangular, or I'm not sure what, as you say, it's jagged. Why is that?
It's jagged or almost stellate in shape. That's typical of wounds. Sometimes they're not quite round, especially in the skull.
Okay. Now you
That's humongous. Right? That's right there's what we're looking at, right? I don't know if you can see I'll circle bigger, but
What are we looking at?
right there. Like,
What is it?
can you see the hole in his head?
Oh. I thought that was a cave.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
that's not a cave.
You know, he got an easier way out than she was gonna get, so
Was it a pew pew?
shotgun.
Yeah. That'll leave a good sized cave for sure. I did,
Yeah.
honestly.
They got it done. She got it done. Yes, that's what she
Oh.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
Yikes. I don't know what I was expecting. I've never seen that in real life. I don't want to. But, all right.
I got a cave you can visit, Ash.
Don't. Oh, I was going to say, don't finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence.
I changed what I was gonna say to I got a cave you can visit, Ash.
Bobby's yelling at you. All right,
Bobby Dave Bologna.
I'm going to hit play.
also identified exhibits 53 and 54 as photographs. Let me put up exhibit 53 if I could. Now, could you describe to the jury, I believe you made these photographs, right?
Yes.
Okay, could you describe to the jury what this is meant to demonstrate?
Once we removed part of the skull, there are multiple fractures, but we put the two pieces together that contain most of what is the shotgun wound entrance through the skull, and that round defect that you see is actually the entrance wound.
So this round, it almost looks to be a perfect circle, but that's the actual entry wound through the bone in the back of the head.
Yes.
Why does this, and maybe you've already explained it and I'm just not sure, but why does this appear so perfectly circular where the photograph taken before the skin was removed is so jagged looking? Yeah, you understand what I'm asking?
Yes.
Okay.
That would not be atypical. Sometimes entrance wounds can be stellate in shape or have an unusual shape, but they might still have a pattern underneath on the bone that's perfectly round. We often see that. Our reason in taking this photograph and cleaning the area up so much is because by looking at the bone, no matter how decomposed the overlying scalp is, we can tell by the beveling of the bone which direction the bullet is coming from, whether it's coming from the front to the back and so forth. So we wanted to make sure that the beveling was on the inside, and it truly is, because here we're looking at the outside, and that would tell us that the direction of the wound was from the back to the front.
Is what view is this?
If you were looking on the inside of the skull, looking out, and if you look very closely, there's a slightly beveled edge where the inner table of the bone falls up along that circle, and that's how we know the direction of the wound.
Is it the, I just have a hard time positioning this. Can we see that beveled edge in this photograph?
If you look along the edge of the circle, there's a beveled edge.
Be right over there, this reddish area right around here?
Closer in, it's very small.
Okay, right there.
Yes, that's the beveled edge.
And how does that occur? Why does that tell you that that wound went from the direction that it did? What causes the beveling?
The skull is rounded, and it's really composed of two tables, an outer table and an inner table. And from the dynamics of how the bullet goes through, it breaks away the inner table. If it's coming from the other direction, it breaks away the outer table, so we would know it was an exit wound. But in this case, we know it's an entrance wound because it's breaking away the inner table, and that's very classic.
Now, you did mention exit wounds. Was there any exit wound in Scott Shanahan's skull?
We did not identify a specific exit wound. Most of the pellets were recovered inside the head, but we do have multiple fractures and distortion of the face. One pellet may have exited, but we really didn't find something specifically that we would have called an exit wound. Most of the pellets remained in the head.
What would have caused a fracturing of the skull in multiple places?
That's typical with the force of a shotgun wound. There's a lot of energy dispelled as the pellets and the shell or bullet, whatever, hits the skull. It breaks and fractures because of all the energy that's dispelled at that point. So there were multiple fractures of the face and the jaws associated with this wound.
As part of your report, I believe you prepared two diagrams. Let me show you States Exhibits 56 and 57. Can you identify those as diagrams you prepared as a result of your autopsy in this case?
Yes.
And will these diagrams further help the jury understand the location of this wound as it is on the head of Scott Shanahan?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state would offer into evidence States Exhibits number 56 and 57.
No objection.
56 and 57 are admitted.
Am I right to say that 56 is demonstrates the position of the gunshot wound to the back of his head with the skin still on the scalp?
Yes, I've attempted to draw that wound as I saw it and the shape of it.
All right. Let me put it up for the jury to view here. All right. Could you describe what we see, what you're trying to show here to the jury, the location of the wound?
This is the back of the head. It's a diagram, and you can see the approximation of where that injury is to the skin, and you can see it's a somewhat of an irregular shape, that defect that I've drawn there.
The markings that you have, you can't see them when I point to them. These markings here, these black dots, what do those mean? What do those represent?
Possibly defects from the insect activity.
You couldn't actually be sure.
I cannot be certain.
So would it be fair to say that this wound is almost directly in the back? It's on the left side of the back of Scott Shanahan's head? Yes. And then just for clarity purposes, this is exhibit number 57. This would be how it appears after the skin is removed. This would be the location of the wound on the skull itself. Is that right?
Yes, and the lines radiating from that circle represent the fractures that radiate from the wound.
That would be these lines here that you're talking about?
Yes, that I've drawn in.
Is the wound the very center circle there that you have?
Yes.
That I have my finger on there?
Yes.
All right. Once you completed an external exam, you mentioned you do open up the body cavities for further exam. And I think you made some mention to the absence of internal organs in this case.
Mostly the cavities were filled with pupa cases and dead larvae. There was some tissue that we thought was probably some lung tissue in the chest cavity, and I submitted that for toxicology, or pieces of it.
Did you have a chance to recover any objects from inside the skull of Scott Shanahan during your autopsy?
Yes, we recovered multiple small pellets.
And did you also recover a piece of plastic wadding from the inside of the skull as well?
Yes, a second piece of plastic wadding was recovered from inside the skull.
Were those items also turned over to Mr. Bush and Mr. Franzenberg?
Yes, they were.
Let me show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 55. Can you identify that for us, please?
This is a photograph of the x-ray of the head of the deceased showing the multiple pellets and also some larger areas that represent amalgams or fillings in the teeth. There's also some distortion due to fracturing of the face.
I'll put this up for the jury to view. And could you describe what they're seeing from on the monitor?
You're seeing like a snowstorm of pellets throughout the skull. Those represent many of the pellets that we recovered. The larger white objects that you see are actually fillings in the teeth. His jaw is broken. That's why they seem jumbled.
Okay. Was the jaw broken as a result of the shotgun wound?
Yes.
Not all of these pellets were recovered from the skull, were they?
We just recover a representative sample.
In addition to your external examination, did you take any samples for lab testing and specifically for drug testing?
The pieces of lung tissue we recovered. I think we also recovered in addition to photographs, we took pieces of head and pubic hair, the wadding we've mentioned. We took pieces of the pupa cases just in case we needed to look at those later. We also took some pieces of skin from the fingers in case we needed those to fingerprint later. I think that's mostly what we took. We took pieces of the scalp for histology as well.
All right. And were some of those samples submitted to a laboratory for testing for the presence of drugs?
Yes.
And can you tell us what the results of that testing showed?
The testing of the piece of tissue, which I assume was lung, tested positive for acetaminophen and salicylate.
Okay, acetaminophen, what's the common name for that?
Tylenol.
And is there a common name for the other?
Salicylate is just aspirin.
Any other drugs found in the sample recovered from Scott Shanahan?
Nothing else was identified.
Based on your training, education, and expertise and the work that you did in this case, including your examination, did you reach an opinion as to the cause of death of Scott Shanahan?
Yes, I did. I listed the cause of death on the autopsy report as a shotgun wound to the back of the head and the manner of death as homicide.
Were you able to, I know you didn't have a weapon available to you at the time of the autopsy to have any tests done, but just based on the impressions you had from the autopsy, were you able to approximate some kind of distance between the wound and the gun at the time of the
I couldn't determine that for sure because of the decomposition. We couldn't really tell if there was any evidence of close-range fire on the skin because it was decomposed. Because there was plastic wadding both inside the wound and outside the wound, that didn't help us much either. So I really couldn't tell you what distance the gun was from the body when the shot was fired.
I recall some mention of not more than 10 feet, but you couldn't be any more specific than that. Is that?
The mention of not more than 10 feet is usually when we have wadding that actually enters the wound with the pellets, it's usually not more than 10 feet away. So it's probably not more than 10 feet away in this case and could be closer.
Okay, I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. From your examination, could you tell the angle of the entry into the skull?
The only thing I can tell you is that it entered the back of the head and from the back to the front was the main direction.
What we do, just shut down? Could you tell if it entered at a 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle, or anything like that?
Not really.
From your examination, could you determine whether or not you thought this was a contact wound?
As I said, the body was so decomposed, and when I looked at the sections of the skin, I really couldn't find evidence of close-range fire, so I couldn't be certain of whether it was close range or not.
Was it a contact wound?
As I said, I have no clear evidence of that. It could have been, but because there was wadding on the outside of the skull, that makes it less likely, although it's a possibility that the body was moved around and the wadding fell out. Otherwise, I would have no explanation for a piece of wadding to be outside the wound if it were contact.
So in your opinion, is this a contact wound?
I guess my opinion is, I don't know.
All right, do you remember giving me a deposition? Oh, I don't remember when it was. In January of this year?
Yes.
On page 9, do you remember me saying or asking you a question? It's not a contact wound in your opinion, and your answer being, it really doesn't look like a contact wound to me.
Right.
All right, would that still be your answer today?
Yes, basically, I don't know. I have no evidence that it's a contact wound.
Okay, but what your answer was,
Okay.
it really doesn't look like a contact wound to me.
Okay.
Is that still your answer today?
Yes, basically, it's the same.
The fractures to the skull, in your opinion, are from the blast of the shotgun shell?
Yes.
Our exhibits 56 and 57, the diagrams, are the parts that you drew on those diagrams drawn to scale?
No, it's a rough estimate, as best I could do at the time.
On the toxicology report, was the tissue sample that was tested something that you would consider to be a high-quality testing sample?
No.
Would it be very low quality?
Low quality, but they're dealing with a piece of decomposed tissue, not our usual sample.
Now, in the toxicology report, you said they found Tylenol and aspirin, basically, correct?
Yes.
Other things were tested for, correct?
Yes.
And the toxicology reports none detected. Wouldn't that be correct?
Yes.
Does that mean none was there, or just that the quality of the sample was so poor that if it was there, it could not be detected?
It just means that they could not detect it, and it could be because it was not there or because the sample was so poor that they couldn't detect it if it were.
Doesn't eliminate it. It doesn't say negative, does it?
That's correct.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Dr. Gooden. You're excused.
Hey, I was wondering if this woman was from Tennessee.
I thought she said Kentucky.
Oh, was it Kentucky?
Yeah, or she went to school in Kentucky.
I was making a joke.
Sorry, I ruined it. But
So
thank you for
rude.
the super
come
chat.
on.
Thank you for the super chat. Don't take it back.
I can't.
Luca, I don't know if you're
I can't.
still here or not, but thank you for being a member for 6 months. And I hope things get better for
Luca.
you.
Haven't seen. I was just thinking about Luca the other day too. I was like, I wonder how he is.
And then there he was.
There he is.
Katie, that is the understatement of the evening.
The chat is Bad Dad's dream right now. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, what I just said up in chat. He's like, that's right, Gabby. Definitely come see me.
You and Ash are like making his day. Okay, so no more, there should not be any more pictures of caves
Mm.
of any sort. So now we have, I think, the three acquaintances that bought stuff. I think
Okay.
Emmett Wise
the
is the
the
only
people who
name
bought
that his tools or his,
tools and gotcha.
which I read that she was the only one working. So I'm a little confused on his little car restoration business and whatever
Yeah,
else
that's
he had kind of going on, and
you know,
and
that's
I'm
not
not
real.
saying, $150,000 is nothing to sneeze at. But and I get like we're in a much different times financially, like everything costs freaking a gazillion dollars these days. But if they were able to make that last even years
Mm.
when he supposedly wasn't working and still was buying all his tools and cars and snowmobiles and jet skis and whatever else he had, they were doing okay. Good for you. But don't blame her because it was all gone.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Luca.
That's very sad. Well, come
Yeah.
and hang out. Even if you don't chat, just come and hang out. Listen to me make a fool of myself, because it's going to happen at least 45 times in a live. So it'll make you giggle, you know.
Like, we do tend to help people forget about things for a little while. What's up, Robin? Definitely went to school in Tennessee.
You went
Sorry,
to school in
Dazzler.
Tennessee? Get out of here. You did not. Did she?
No, I think she was saying that woman, the medical examiner.
Oh. I was like, stop it.
I mean, she might have. I don't know. We just, I'm sorry, Bad Dazzler. Ignore that I said there was no more holes to explore.
There's-
That's like, are you keeping cat food on your desk? Because that's kind of what I used to keep my cat's food in.
Come
All
watch
right.
it. Dang, Flash fan.
Flashman? What?
Dang. Oh.
Sick of move Georgia all day.
I don't know
All
what that
right.
means. Is that some kind of like gang slang? What is that? LOL, SIC,
Sick'em.
woof.
Wolf. Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, Sick'em?
Yeah, Sick'em.
Never heard.
Sick'em.
Never.
You've never
of it.
heard anybody tell their dogs Sick'em?
No, I heard of that, but I never
That's
saw
what she's
that.
saying. Sick'em. Wolf.
Okay.
She's sending the Georgia Bulldog after you.
No one's sending a bulldog after me, because if they do, I'm gonna take it in and I'm
That's
gonna
like
love it.
That's like sending a Great Dane after you.
Yeah, I know. Someone saying a Great Dane after me, I'm like, that thing is galloping with his ears bouncing all goofily. You're not sending a Great Dane to sick someone. That thing's gonna jump on you and lick your face.
Yes, well, true. Y'all think I can't last a week? I've had no reason to hold back. Hey, I didn't say you couldn't last week. I apologized for bringing up your hairy Big Mac. But I will not apologize anymore after you just said something about me being on the pole. So,
I mean, seriously, who just randomly opens a Big Mac and it's hairy and they're like, I'm gonna eat it anyway?
oh no, he didn't eat it. He was quite.
Did it
he was
really have?
quite-
Did it have a toupee on it? Like, what was?
It had a
happening
hair.
with this
It
thing?
had. He found a hair on it,
Oh.
and he
well,
was he was upset. And I don't blame him. See, I'm defending you again, Flashman. Dang it!
You know what? He's like, I didn't.
I did not.
He's,
He didn't even. He didn't even want to drink the Coke that came with it.
he's just getting super butthurt right now, because he knows he's gonna have to wait until next Tuesday now to talk about food on chat. So he's upset.
Yeah, he's hangry.
Isn't Baker a great day? He kind of basically is. Really. he's super goofy, like just trying to be hard, but like he's not, you know?
Sure, Haley. Sure. You know, those cows that they get their meat from.
Yeah, it's kind of like how, you know, only brown cows make chocolate milk. You know what I mean?
And their chicken nuggets. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what's in the cat food container up here. I don't know if we get to see it or not.
Your name for the jury, please.
Philip Elder,
And where do you live, sir?
Sergeant Bluff, Iowa.
What's your occupation?
I'm a Prudential representative,
How long have you been with Prudential?
18 years.
And what kind of services does Prudential offer to its customers?
Insurance, investments, auto, home insurance, just the full gamut of insurance.
Did an individual by the name of Scott Shanahan become an investor through Prudential and its mutual fund program?
Yes, he did.
Do you know when the account was opened?
I believe in the forms, it was in November of '94.
Now, you're not the original agent that opened the account for Mr. Shanahan, are you?
No, I'm not.
But at some point in time, you became the agent in charge of his account?
That's correct.
Could you tell us, as the agent in charge of that account, when the account was opened, approximately how many deposits were made into the account?
There were several deposits made in the account. 7, 8, 9 would be my guess. I know the maximum number of deposits equaled around $148,000.
And those would have begun when he opened the account in 1994 and continued for a year or two?
They occurred for approximately 4 or 5 months. I believe it, from the original agent, it was proceeds from his mother's insurance.
All right. Do your records as the agent in charge of that account show the highest value of the account that he had with Prudential?
The highest records we could find were $174,000.
Now, when was it, as you recall, that you became the agent in charge? About what year, what part of the year?
Would have been, I believe, June of 2002.
Now, as the agent in charge, are you made aware of certain transactions in the account as they take place?
Yes.
What kind of account was this? We've talked about it's a mutual fund, but did it have any way for Mr. Shanahan or his wife to withdraw the funds?
It was an individual account for Scott when it was set up. And basically his money was invested in a number of mutual funds, and it had check writing privileges. So you could write a check, and when it was received by Prudential, they would redeem the necessary shares to cover the check.
And when you became the agent in charge of that account, did you observe whether Scott Shanahan was writing checks off the account?
Yes, he was writing frequent checks off the account.
Frequent checks. Did you kind of keep an eye on that, or what was it that caught your attention about that?
The account is set up so that it's more of an investment account with emergency check writing privileges, or maybe paying quarterly taxes, something of that nature. It's not meant to be a normal checking account. And there is a fee if you write more than 3 checks a month. And from what I could tell, it was used as a regular checking account. Every time a check came to Prudential, they would send me a notice through my computer stating that 81 shares of this mutual fund was redeemed to pay this check. And there was much more activity on that account than normal.
And as a result of this activity, what effect did that have on the account balance?
That account nosedived over a 2-year period. It basically went to nothing.
Now, did you, as the agent in charge, did you ever, when you observed it was starting to drop and reach low levels, did you ever make any effort to call Scott Shanahan and caution him about writing more checks?
Yes, I did. I believe in August of 2002, every time a check, they would say that they redeem shares. They would say remaining balance. And I got a message saying remaining balance $80.
Okay.
And so I called the Shanahan residence and asked to talk to Scott. And Scott wasn't available. And I spoke to Mrs. Shanahan and I just said, be careful, there's not any money left in this account. And she said, I'll pass it along.
Okay, you told Mrs. Shanahan that?
Yes, I did.
So essentially, this account that started off at $144,000 and had reached a high of $177,000 was down to about $80 in August of 2002.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You say that this account was being used, in your words, as like a regular checking account, and it really wasn't meant for that, correct?
Correct.
Starting when did you see that the account was being used as a regular checking account instead of what it was meant for?
I took the account over in 2002, and I believe it was being used for that, from the best that I could gather information, since '98.
Since about 98?
Yes.
Did this account fluctuate because of stock market fluctuations also?
Absolutely, yes.
It was basically a mutual fund, is that right?
A number of mutual funds, yes. And money market. There was money market in there as well.
And who managed the investments in that account?
Scott chose the mutual funds when he opened the account. There was another representative that visited with him a couple of times. I don't know what happened in those, but those interviews. But basically, they were mutual funds that Scott had chosen with the money market. And the money market was technically, I have one of those accounts. When I want to write a tax check, I move my money to the money market. And then that way, I don't have to worry about the fluctuation in the market.
Right.
But you don't have to, and Scott never did, that I can.
And Scott never did move the funds around from, okay. Did you ever have any input into what the investments in that account were?
I met him once. In the summer of 2002, I'd come down to meet with him. And at that time, he had recognized that there was a downturn in the market in 99, 2000, and 2001. And he wanted to get more aggressive to try to make back some of the losses that were in the market.
So you saw Scott in the summer of 2002?
Yes.
Do you know when?
I believe in June.
And Scott wanted to get more aggressive, is that right?
Yes.
Investment-wise?
He also indicated he wanted to buy life insurance.
And you met with him personally?
Yes.
Was Dixie Shanahan there?
No.
Have you ever met Dixie Shanahan personally?
No.
As she sits here next to me today, did you have any idea who she was other than you expected to see her there?
No, I've never met her.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
No questions, Your Honor.
You're excused, thank you.
Okay, so if he called him in August of 2002, he didn't say the date, August was when the incident, for lack of a better word, took place. He says there was $80 in there. That doesn't mean then she didn't spend it all. So 4 years, in 4 years, from 98 to 2002, they went through at a high. The highest it was $174,000 in 4 years. But the state's trying to say that she wanted the... Didn't the state try to say she wanted that money, or she spent the money after she made him go to sleep? I don't know. That okay. All right. We got the insurance guy out of the way. She didn't know. He never met her, so she wouldn't have known if there was any life insurance. Unless Scott told her.
Would you tell the jury your name, please?
My name is Emmett Wise,
And where do you live, sir?
Defiance, Iowa.
100%.
How long have you lived up in Defiance?
23 years.
What's your occupation?
I run a body shop in Defiance, auto body.
How long have you been involved in that business?
About 16 years.
During the time that you've lived up in Defiance, did you come to know Scott and Dixie Shanahan?
Yes.
And were they also people that lived up in Defiance?
Yes.
Do you recognize Dixie Shanahan in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Could you point her out to us, please? Seated over here at the end. Mm-hmm. Your Honor, let the record show the witnesses identified the defendant. How did you come to know Scott Shanahan and the defendant Dixie Shanahan?
Scott I met shortly after I moved to town. Actually, I'd moved into a double-wide trailer across from the bank that Scott had grew up in. And I did auto mechanic work and body work, and Scott was always interested in that kind of stuff, it seemed like.
Did he have some, I don't know if the right term is, well, maybe just old cars. Did he have some old cars that he worked on and tried to restore?
Well, as far as I think so. I've never really seen him work on a lot of them.
Okay. And you knew that he was married to the defendant Dixie, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the last time it was that you saw Scott Shanahan?
I'm thinking around sometime in April. Scott had come down. He was working on an old coupe, and he had asked me a few questions if I knew a few things, and I just told him that I didn't know a lot about that stuff because I don't do that kind of stuff. So I actually went down to his shop and looked at what he was doing.
What was it he was working on, did you say?
It was an old coupe. He was chopping the top and shortening doors and stuff like that on it.
Do you remember, I think you said, did you tell us when that was about?
I think that is either April or May.
What year would that be?
That had been probably 2002.
Now he had, you said Scott he went to his shop. Where was his shop located?
It would have been located right across from his home and right next door to the fire department, to the west of the fire department.
And we've seen his home sits, the front of it faces south, so this shop would have been south, on the south side?
South side of his driveway and stuff.
Okay. After you last saw Scott in April or May of 2002, did you come to hear that any of his property was being sold?
Yes, I did. I come home, I do a lot of fishing, and I'd come home from fishing, and I'd heard that all of his stuff was gone, and I could see tracks going through the field. They had some property in the center of town, and it kind of leads off into mine, and I could see tracks going down through there where they had a bunch of old cars down in there, and they were all pretty much gone except for one.
So he did have a bunch of old cars on his property that he if he didn't work on, he meant to work on, is that?
I would imagine that was his plan.
Okay. Do you know how many there were there?
No, I do not.
Okay. Did you ever hear anything or did you ever have a chance to purchase any Scott's property?
Actually, I bought a tractor from Dixie. Actually, I paid her for it on October 31st of 2002.
How is it that you remember exactly that day that you paid her for it?
Well, I've dug out my canceled check.
All right. So you bought a tractor. Was this a tractor of Scott's that you bought from the defendant?
Yeah. As far as I know, it was Scott's. I'm not positive
All right.
on that or anything, but it was on their property.
When you did that, when you bought that tractor from the defendant, Dixie Shanahan, did you ask her, or did she say anything to you?
I actually asked her. I'd seen her in front of the post office, and I'd asked her what she was going to do with the old tractor. She said she was wanted to sell it.
Is this the one you bought?
Yeah, this is the one I bought.
Okay.
This old farm all age.
And did you ask her not just about whether you could buy it, or did you ask her where Scott was, or did she offer to you
She told me, if I remember right, that Scott was down around Atlantic.
Did you ever ask about another tractor, or?
Yeah, it was probably just about 10 days later. I heard through the grapevine that they were losing this piece of property where all this stuff had been sitting. And I'd ask her about this. It was a 1020 old Farmall steel wheel tractor. And Dixie told me if I wanted it, to go ahead and take it. And anything I wanted down there to take, but she was just going to let it go with the repossession.
Now, when was this in relation to you bought that one tractor October 31st, 2002. Was this after that?
This was probably about 10 days later.
10 days later. Now, did you say anything to her about taking the tractor?
Yeah, this is in front of the post office basically again, and I'd seen her. That's usually where I seen her. Mm-hmm. And I'd ask her what she was going to do with that. And she said if I wanted it, to go ahead and take it.
Did you have any concerns, or did you say anything to her?
I had mentioned to her that I'd just go ahead and pull it up to my place, and if Scott ever come back, he was welcome to have it back.
And did she say anything to you?
She told me that not to worry about it, because Scott wouldn't be back.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Basically, you acquired 2 tractors, is that correct?
Correct.
In October, maybe early November, between the 2 of them, correct?
Correct.
Now, my understanding is you approached Dixie about both of those.
Yes, I asked her about them.
Okay, but she wasn't calling you.
No.
Soliciting
she
from you.
didn't. No, she didn't.
You saw her in front of the post office and asked her about it.
Yes.
One of them you bought, one of them she just said take it, correct?
Right. Correct.
Were you concerned about taking the tractor?
A little bit, yes.
You concerned about Scott?
A little.
A little nervous about that?
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't be?
Okay.
You know.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Nothing further. Step down. Thank you.
Could you state your name for the jury, please?
Stephen A. Johnson,
And where do you live, sir?
Council Bluffs, Iowa.
And are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What's your employment?
Selden Company,
And what kind of work do you do for them?
apartment maintenance,
How long have you lived down there in Council Bluffs?
since '86, 18 years.
All right. Do you have any hobby that you do in your spare time?
Yes, my sons and I are car nuts, and we love old cars. And
What do you do specifically with these cars?
we build them from the ground up.
So you're looking for old cars, you completely rebuild them?
Yes.
Any particular models that you're interested in?
We've got a collection of 37 and 38 Chevys, 67 Chevelles, 55 Chevys,
All right.
so quite a few.
Did you have occasion to see an advertisement in the World Herald offering one or more older cars for sale?
Yes, I did.
Could you tell the jury when that was?
That was about a year and a half ago, late September, early October. Read the ad, and it was intriguing, so I gave him a call.
Okay. When you say late September, early October, a year and a half ago, what year would you say that was?
2002.
And you recall, you said it was intriguing. Do you recall, I don't expect you memorized the ad
No,
or anything. Do you, anything particular stick out in your mind, though? Why did it catch your eye?
There was probably 4 or 5 different items listed, one of them being a 37 Chevy and another a 67 Chevelle, which we're building both of. So I thought I'd call on it for the possibility of parts.
So you presently had 2 cars you were building of those particular makes and models?
Correct.
Okay. Once you saw that advertisement, what did you do?
I called the ad and talked to a female on the phone. She gave me an idea of some of the conditions. She wasn't real fluent on conditions of the underside of the bodies and things like that, but she kind of gave me a rundown on it. And the more I talked to her, I was a little hesitant on some of the extra stuff she had thrown in there, where they were going to, she had to get him out of a building because apparently the city was repossessing the buildings or something on that order, where they were doing a foreclosure on it.
Did she identify herself, or did you know what her name was?
No.
Do you know where she lived?
I asked her what town was I calling, and it was somewhere around Denison.
All right. So did she tell you anything further about why she was getting rid of the drug or the cars during this telephone conversation?
She had mentioned that the city was taking the buildings that the cars were stored in, and she had also went a little bit in detail and said that she had to get the stuff out of there, so she was a little bit frantic to get things out of there.
Did she say anything about having any domestic problems?
She did mention that her husband would rather party and instead of taking care of some of his responsibilities at home with his wife. This woman on the other end, did she say whether the husband had taken up with another woman? She had kind of hinted around to that, to where he was partying and playing around.
All right. Did you ever follow up on this phone call?
No, once I hung up with her, I was like, I don't want to get involved in somebody that's in possibly a domestic dispute and the city trying to take the buildings and things like that. So I declined and I didn't feel like driving 60 miles to Denison and then driving back. So I declined on going any further with this ad.
What about your son?
Coincidentally, there was another gentleman, Mike Moore from Council Bluffs, that had gone up to Denison to look at the cars. He came up to Denison and looked at them. I don't know if he made a down payment on them or what had transpired there. He had gone to where my son works at, and he knew that my son had driven my 37 a few times and said, hey, there was a 37 there, there's a Chevelle there like your other son has. So that intrigued my son to want to come up to look at these cars. And this was a week, I'm guessing a week or two later after the ad.
Okay. Now, you've been mentioning the town of Denison. Could it have been the town of Defiance here in Iowa?
Yes, it is. And I don't know this end of.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was in Defiance?
Now that you say Defiance, yes.
Thank you. So did Mr. Moore or your son actually look into make any purchases of these vehicles?
Yes, my son called me up and said, Dad, Mike had looked at these cars and the coupe doesn't look too bad. So I gave my son some money to come up to purchase the coupe, and when he got there to buy it, Mike was already there and the cars had been sold. So the lady that my son talked to said the Chevelle is for sale. So he called me up and said, the coupe's gone, Dad, but if you want to buy the Chevelle, he said we could buy it for his younger brother.
Did you end up buying that?
Yes, we ended up purchasing the 67 Chevelle.
How much did you pay for it?
He bought some parts and the Chevelle for $800.
And it was from a woman in Defiance, and you never met her, did you?
Correct, I've never met her.
Did she provide you with a title to that vehicle?
She handed my son a signed title.
Do you remember who the title listed as the owner of the vehicle?
I remember the last name was Shanahan. I don't know the first name.
First name could have been Scott?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, once she handed you a signed title to that, did you retitle it or did you just use this for parts?
Well, my son, I titled it.
All right.
Because between the other car, we were able to make one car out of two.
Okay. And you say that the other cars that had been offered in the ad she'd already sold those?
Correct.
Do you recall when that transaction occurred? And you mentioned it was sometime in September or October 2002 that you called on the ad. When was it that you actually bought the car from?
I want to say first week of October, just, shooting from the hip, so to speak.
First week of October in 2002?
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Do you know Dixie Shanahan?
No.
Ever met her?
Never.
Do you know Scott Shanahan?
No.
Ever met him?
Never.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terry.
That freaked me out. Sounded like somebody whispered my name. But they weren't talking to me.
I was just going to say, who
They're
the
talking-
F is Terry?
I don't know what it sounds like.
It sound like
All right.
Andrew?
It sounded like, no. That's not.
Oh, okay. All right, we're just going to end it there.
Yep. Alrighty. So the first guy, her attorneys missed a good chance to make an argument for Scott's temper when they asked him about. They said something about you didn't have to worry about him, or I don't know. He opened the door to, well, like they all knew how he was, and they just ended their questioning right there. I'm like, you should have just walked down that road of, tell me about Scott. Why would you be worried? Why would you feel like I'll give it back if he comes back? Worried about him coming back. And he didn't do it. He paid her. I kind of laughed when he said, I paid her October 31st, 2002. Well, how do you know? He said he found the canceled check, but I'm like, because they found him on October 20th. So he knew he could pay her, and he wouldn't have to give it. He wouldn't have to worry about Scott coming back. Scott wasn't coming back. He was like,
Well, dang.
good. Oh, whoops.
That's ridiculous.
I'm doing stuff that I shouldn't do. Press some buttons. Thank you. I was glad I'm not the only one that heard that. So am I wrong? Is this case about a justified schmurd, or is it about she didn't do it? It's just, they know she did it. She's claiming self-defense. They're saying he wasn't actively threatening her. The state's saying he went to sleep. And so she wasn't actively under threat. And I think she was probably under a threat every day of her life that she was in that house with him, because she never knew when he was going to pop off. That's what, like yesterday when they're saying that he was in bed and him being hit in the back of the head is a little troublesome, but if he did all the things he did to her and just that day did them to her, yeah.
I'm sorry, but no.
I
AJ,
mean,
you know where my level is right now. I
oh,
can't
I know.
handle this, okay?
Yeah. There would have been a Gabby flying through the air right at him.
Like flying roundhouse kick. You know what I mean? Like it would have been superhero landing and everything.
Absolutely. He wouldn't, just like he didn't, he would not have known what hit him.
For sure. And it wouldn't have been a crock. I'll tell you that.
Oh, no. No, no, no. You would have came at him with, you would have kept all the things that he came at you with and then returned that favor to him.
Oh,
And he would
absolutely.
have deserved it. He would have deserved it. You know, it's like,
It's such a
I,
hard case because, you know, people who are in abusive relationships, it's so hard to root them. You know, it's easy for us to say, well, why didn't she just leave? Why didn't she just call the cops? I'm sure she did all of those things, right?
yeah, yep,
You know, like I'm sure she did all of those things. I'm sure, you know, she went through all the steps and all that stuff, but sometimes it's extremely hard to actually leave and move on when you're in it.
absolutely. And, you know, like they say, like leaving is the most dangerous time.
Okay, wow. I just read that.
I
Sorry.
did.
Thank you, KWOW.
Whoops. The back is an issue. One of the wounds was in the boyfriend's back. That's why my auntie was found guilty of manslaughter, even though her boyfriend beat the absolute crap out of her. See, that's just wrong. I guess they're saying there's a fine line between when you are actually in danger and when you're not. I guess. The purchases are from a scorned spouse, divorce, or a secret unaliving. Wait, what?
I don't know. I mean, Ronnie is just bonita, so that's all I know.
That's true. That's all that matters. What's this I
Exactly.
hear about flying roundhouse kicks? Do you want to hear
Yeah.
about it?
No, he doesn't want to hear it because he's going to hear the.
Oh, the best purchases. All right, got it. That makes sense. It at least isn't first degree. Yeah, that should bother everyone, even if you don't think she should have. Yeah, I mean, she reported him twice with no actual justice, and I'm not justifying her actions, but I can totally understand humans can take so much before they can only take so much before they snap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear what now?
Oh, you're
No.
going to hear something, but it's not going to.
You're probably not
Yeah.
gonna hear anything. When you hear it, it's too late. She's gonna be
Yeah.
like the stealth bomber. If you see it,
At the last second,
you're effed.
at the last second, you're gonna hear rah rah rah.
she'll be like, "I got your broken pasta right here." Gabby is not stealthy. How do you know? Fruit roll-ups and grapefruits.
I'm just not. I mean, I'm short, and if I don't wear shoes, I can be quiet. But you know, hopefully I have my glasses on because if not, I'm knocking over all the pans. I walk into
Well,
walls all the time. I trip up the stairs. You know, it just
yeah. Well, he called it because
yeah.
I know Gabby's clumsy.
I'm
Well,
so clumsy. So clumsy.
a dwarf T-Rex in a hoodie.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That sounds about right. I mean, I don't know if you saw the picture that Bobby put in Discord like last week or something. It was like a drawing of a T-Rex with a hoodie over its whole face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically me.
That's
know?
you. Yes,
Yeah.
that is you. I just don't understand why all of this chatter about her knowing he isn't coming home and selling stuff off is helpful if they know she did it. I don't know. I think they're trying to give the motive, her motive is the way I
Yeah.
took it. Is they're just trying to, like, she had this
Financial
financial
gain. Yeah.
gain. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, $6,000 worth of tools. Calm down, people.
Yay.
How many
That's life
years
changing.
of torture did this poor woman go through? You know,
Yeah.
like
Decades.
get over yourself.
He manipulated and gaslight her to come back. Once one leaves, if they go back 1 or 2 times, the likelihood of them getting out alive is slim to none.
Yeah,
A friend of mine's daughter never got out again. Yikes. That's
yeah. I mean,
Sorry.
abusive relationships are serious. You know, it's not a
Absolutely.
joke, and you can really develop these mental issues where you think like you deserve it after a while. Like you
100%.
think like, oh my God, I did something wrong, like it's my fault. It's a real thing, and it's not a joke, and it's
Yep.
really sad. It's really sad.
It is. And, like, I don't know. And some people don't tell ever because they're embarrassed.
Yeah,
Because they feel like they've done
absolutely.
something wrong. Well, you're told you've done something wrong. You're told it's
Yeah.
your fault. You're told anything that goes wrong in that person's life. And women can be abusive too. So
Oh, for
it's
sure.
not just man blaming here. But
Yep.
you're just told you are always the reason everything goes wrong. My
Yeah.
car ran out of gas. Sorry, your fault.
Yep.
Like,
Well, it's like Baker today. He's like, Gabby, why didn't you make me a sandwich? And I was like, Baker,
make me a
like,
sandwich.
shut that beep up,
Yeah,
But
they'll change you.
seriously.
That'll change you forever. These guys normally pick up women who were abused during their upbringing, and she was,
Yeah.
or raised
Yeah.
to just shut up and put up. She was. And,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy beat up his mom because she got pneumonia, I think from going to her brother's funeral or some family member's funeral.
Yeah.
And so he's like, let me beat you from head to toe. She'd had triple bypass. Like, she was not a healthy woman to begin with.
It's just sad, You see these guys and women. I mean, look at Sarah Boone, right? I mean,
Oh,
seeing those videos of Sarah Boone,
she was horrible.
I mean, those videos are horrid. I felt terrible for him. How he's like crouching in the corner, and you could feel how small he felt in those videos.
Absolutely.
It's just it's a terrible feeling, and it's a real feeling. And it really sucks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a family member that her first husband was abusive. We didn't know for a long time, and fortunately she didn't put up with it for too long, but getting her away was really rough, and we did. He ended up killing his estranged wife. He went to prison for it, but it was just a matter of time before something like that was going to happen. And then, I'm not sad to say, he passed away in prison. So, see ya. Never. Good riddance. Because, Carmen, they're going to go to jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
It messes with you. It absolutely messes with you. I've never been in an abusive relationship where somebody hit me or anything like that when I was way, way younger. I had a person who would not leave me alone for a very long time, and that messes with you as well, because I mean, they're doing everything but touching you, and
messing with your mind. It sometimes
messes with you
your mind
so bad
in general, just like messes you up for a long time, because you're looking out the window. Oh, can I leave? Can I do this? Can I move? You don't know where they're gonna be.
Nope. And this was before
Not
cell phones
to,
and social media
yeah.
or any of that stuff,
Oh,
and it
social
didn't
media.
matter.
So I'm
Did
sure.
not matter.
I'm sure social media has made stalking way worse.
Yep.
I mean,
I
you
can't
can
imagine.
people pin where they go, people putting up pictures. It's like you guys got to
Yeah, I
be
don't
careful. It's
do that.
yeah, it's
Well, I don't
serious.
have any social media. I just have this.
Yeah,
Here I am.
pretty much me too. I mean, I have Facebook, but it's not like you have more social media than I do, AJ, actually.
Yeah, I really, but I'm not even really on it anymore.
Yeah.
So
I'm like Rumble. I'm like, where the heck's Rumble? I'm like Twitter. I'm like, no, thank you. No, there's too much.
I never post anything on Twitter. I'm just on. I
It's
just
too much.
look on there. I do remember that movie, Ronnie. Farrah Fawcett was awesome in that movie, but it
Which
was
one?
scary. The Burning Bed, where she
Yeah.
unalives her kids, but one lived. I've lived it. Leaving is hard because you've been trained for years that you are worthless, POS, and you believe it. I don't believe that anymore. That's good, Robin,
Yep.
because you
Yeah.
are not. And it
You
is
are
scary to
not. You want to
leave.
know why? Because you're here with us.
That's right. And we
So
are all awesome.
that person can get bent. And if they don't, you can send them to me and I'll tell them to get bent.
And she will bend them. And not in a
will.
good way. It
Yes.
will not be not be in a good way. Not at all. What? The only type of abuse you've known is to your wallet. True, Carmen. And
Carmen's
it was
like, she said I couldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway.
yeah.
Like,
It's a very
Carmen, don't touch that furry thing. It's going to hurt you. I'm going to touch it anyway.
Don't touch the jellyfish. Ow.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that to me, you dead jellyfish?
I was just trying to love you. Let me love you.
Luca, I think it was in the 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think it was
good
90s.
movie. It may have been a mini-series that they had with Farrah Fawcett in it.
Yep.
She played that role so well. It's based on a true story. The woman is crazy. And Farrah Fawcett played her so well. If you can find it, I would recommend watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. But the jellyfish was pretty, and it was supposed to be in one piece. Yeah, I've heard that. The series came out. The miniseries was in 1984. It was in 1984. Holy crap! That does really?
Oh, so you said the 90s, you said?
Because I was only 10, 11. I would not have watched it then. I don't remember watching it then. I must have watched a rerun later.
Yeah.
A lot later.
Oh, Robin, trust me, I completely understand. This is why I get so heated with these types of cases, because each state handles these things differently, and sometimes they don't handle them very well. It's very sad.
You see. 11 plus 75. Haha.
Flash fan, stop it. Just because you can't mention food doesn't mean you just need to mention in math. Okay? You just no.
Oh, it's on Prime Video. There you go, Luca.
1984. Prime Video.
Oh, speaking of not being able to touch things, we have a caterpillar in Texas, and it's so fluffy and white.
No,
I think
don't.
It's so
no.
fluffy and white, but don't touch it. I want to boop it, but
No.
I can't. You can't boop anything in Texas.
I've heard about this caterpillar she's talking about. It's poisonous.
Yeah, I know. I know.
If you
She
touch
keeps
it,
wondering why I
you're
don't want to
poisoned.
come to her state. Like, everything about your state, every time you tell me a story about your state, it ends in basically, I have to ask if you survived.
Yeah. She sent me a picture of a snake, and she's like, should I pet him? I'm like, what the heck is that?
No.
Like, don't pet anything that has eyes and is hissing at you. Lord.
I haven't done jack to Flash Fan. I didn't make the bet. I didn't do anything.
Listen.
But
Flash
he
Fan
threw
does it himself.
he threw the first stone, so I threw one back.
And you know what? We didn't make this bet with him. We had nothing to do with this bet. It's between him and Heidel. It's not our fault.
Our main predator is a mountain lion. They're so cute and need a boop, boop. And then
Yeah.
like, how come I don't have an arm?
Yeah, it's going to be like the Tiger King. Carmen's going to go boop the mountain lion, and then she's all of a sudden it's going to cut to her saying, I don't know how I'm going to financially recover from this. She's going to be missing her arm because she booped a mountain lion. Get with it, Carmen. Go.
I was thinking, I went darker because I was thinking, you said Tiger King, and I was like, oh, she's going to be like that, whatever the blonde lady, Carol Baskin's missing husband that she had nothing to do with, I'm sure of.
Carol Baskin.
Carol
Whacker,
Baskin.
husband.
Oh,
She
you.
waxed him.
Allegedly,
even get me
she's
started.
innocent. She's innocent. She's innocent.
I mean, I don't know. Have you ever seen him ride that bike? I got those, when you go to the West vibes. When I see that, I'm like, what's going on over here? Carol Baskin.
That woman is, but yeah, bionic arm. See, you sound like my son. Yeah, but I can have a Terminator arm. Okay. Or you could be like the Tin Man and rust.
Oil can.
And
Oil
you think Gabby's she's gonna see you and take the oil can and be like, well, roundhouse kick, and Bobby falls down and Gabby runs away with the oil can. Because you can't chase her. All you're doing is laying on the ground going, rah, rah, rah.
Barely. No, what they're doing, they fall on the ground, they're like, rust, 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 as I'm drinking the oil can and like skip away on the yellow brick road. Just kidding.
Okay, I have to
Kind
give.
of.
I have to.
Oh, yeah. Hey, AJ,
Oh.
by the way, don't forget to do
Thank
what
you.
told me to remind you to do.
I have a question.
What?
Oh, okay. Oh, I just figured out how to do something. All right. Well, there it is. I was
So you
looking
don't
and
need-
looking for that.
you don't need to-
So Carmen's been asking me to do a trial, and I did find it yesterday when I was looking for what to do. And it happened 4 months ago, so it's a newer one, and I don't know how many of you saw it. So
I saw none of it, so I'll tell you right now.
It is about a kid in he's foster care, and then he's on trial for taking out, I think, his foster, or his adopted. Carmen, was he adopted? He was either adopted or in foster care, but he took out either his adopted or foster care parents. He was on trial for that, and it's not like a super long trial.
I'm in.
But I didn't know how many people had watched it. Foster parents. Okay, thank you. She said it was really interesting. So I just wanted to see if you guys, if a bunch of you had watched it, then I don't want to, I'll wait.
None of these people have seen that. If they're not here, they're in Flash Fan's Discord during the day, and he hasn't streamed that, so.
But it's cool because he actually testified. She's told me this over and over. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it either. I had no idea. I thought it was older. And then,
My God.
I don't know what that, you know what? I don't know what that means. Is that a gamer thing?
I'm not going to say it.
I have no idea.
I just like your facial expression when you pulled it up. A little crooked, like, chin there. You're just like, oh, really?
All these dead people run together. Are they running?
I mean, are they? Or are they, RIPing?
I have to be more specific.
Specific or Pacific?
I have to be more Pacific. And I'll try to be specific. I don't know. What's his name, Carmen? How would you know what that means? Why can't I know what that means?
What?
He said, how would I know what that means?
I mean, I'm sorry, BDB, but you know what? AJ knew what FAP was, and I didn't. And I'm younger than her. And my husband knew what it was, and he's older than me. So, I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover,
I'm trying to think of, because you're a nerd. Knockdown
Proud
record?
of it.
Is that what it is?
Knockdown record? Haley's trying to speak hood again. Sorry.
Okay.
She doesn't know what she's trying to
Knockdown record.
She's like, oh, are you talking about knockdown records? Sure, let's want to tea about it. Let's think about it. You know what I mean?
That's what we do to our pensioners. As Bad Dazzler says, the old people.
I could have just sounded that. I don't remember his name. He was 17. Well, that helps a lot. Thank you, Carmen.
That does. Okay, so I gifted out my membership. Robin C. Shenny. Flash fan. See, you should be nice, Flash fan. You got MLS Legal Law and Life.
Where are you seeing this? I don't see any
Anderson.
of that.
It's over on it's in YouTube.
Gifted memberships? I'm not seeing any of the names you're talking about.
It's in chat.
I know, but none of the names you're reading are what I'm seeing in chat.
What are you seeing?
That were gifted.
What do you see?
Hold on. I'm going to take a snapshot.
I got Robin C. received a gifted membership. Shenny received a gifted membership. Flash Fan received a gifted membership. Legal Law Life received one. Christina Anderson.
I don't see Flash Fan at all.
There's two groups. Did he block you?
Probably.
Unrulia Julia, which is hilarious. I'm going to say this name wrong. Anel Conradi? Sorry. Aggie.
Oh, you did 10.
88. Yeah.
Oh, you did 10. Okay. I was seeing the second ones. I was like, Flash Fan?
Okay.
I don't see any Flash Fan here. I was seeing the second set. My bad. I didn't realize you were doing 10.
Marie D. Morrison and MJ 523. That's it. All right.
Okay. Makes sense now.
I did Shenny. I was giving my gifted memberships away for the month. Okay, so I've missed everything over here. Does she come up with a name? They're all saying, I'm seeing what she's saying. Did Carmen come up with a name?
No, she just said he was like 17.
Good grief. All right, give me 1 second. Because I'm sure I saved it.
That's why I said, oh, he was 17. Great, that's great help, Carmen. Thank you.
Let's see. It's Dima or Dima. It's Dima Tower. Adopted son murder trial. It happened around 4 months ago. It's Florida. I know that shocks all of you.
Of course it's Florida.
No, you gave Carmen.
Because, that's what we needed.
Well, Flash Fan, you got a membership from me, so be nice.
Yeah.
Not that I had any control over who got the memberships.
Seriously, Flash fan is like hangry texting because he can no longer talk about food in chat, so he's hangry texting. That's what is happening.
Oh, sorry, Shani. The way I heard my name totally got my attention. Sorry. Nothing wrong. Just, I needed to give those out because it's the last day of the month. So tomorrow is Wednesday. Well, the one I found's in Florida. How many trials are there of people freaking killing their adoptive or foster parents?
I mean, fair? Probably a lot.
I know. Well, you're going to have to find it, Carmen, then, because that was the only one I found. Did you want a number? What? Oh, yes. Give me a number, Bobby. Hurry up. Don't Google it. Lately, a lot, unfortunately. True.
Wait, what kind of number?
I said, how many trials are there like that? And he's like, did you want a
yeah.
number? 42. Okay.
42, the meaning of life and everything?
That does not sound made up.
That actually sounds
at all.
about right.
It's probably true. It's probably true. Did you read my relationship? No.
No!
You have just been ordering me around to read all kinds of stuff today.
I wish she was here because she would have said that like this. Did you read my relationship advice? It was the best.
Carmen doesn't feel well.
Yeah, she's a cold, so she
Relationship
has like, her voice.
advice. Telling Cheyenne the Bible says we rise from dust and we will end in dust. So I can't dust because that might be someone I know. Isn't that a good decision? Oh. Hey, Carmen. How's next week looking? Because I bet you just got flung into it. Oh, you found it? Hope County,
Yeet.
North Carolina. Well, look at you. All right. Well, apparently there's two. What's it on? Robin, was it on? The one I found was on.
Us.
I know, and she's been bugging me about this.
Yeah, she's like, hey guys, this is the case. Just do it yourself. And then like Robin comes in. She's like, Whole County guys? It's like, thanks, Robin.
Was it on like Law and Crime or Court TV by chance? Can you send me the link? Can you send me? Can you message it to me? I'll put my email in chat. It's not like anybody can't find it. I mean, if you don't want to email me, that's fine. I understand. If you don't want your email out there. I promise not to spam you.
AJ, now you're just going to get like a bunch of weird sounds from Bobby in your email.
There's my email address. It's not like you couldn't find it. The dust is moist. If dust is moist, it is mud. You deserve that, Carmen. Flash fan. Wow. She will throw up. I'm just telling you guys. Use the duster for the other things instead. Oh my goodness. Well, Carmen, you're a brave soul. I would not have told Cheyenne that, but you know, you do you. Because I imagine
she
probably
told that
gave
to
you.
Cheyenne? Girl, what
Yes.
the heck is wrong with you?
She
Like,
couldn't
I'm
dust.
sick. I'm just getting over being sick. Let me tell Cheyenne this real quick. Shut up,
Yeah.
everyone.
I can't dust because it might be somebody I know. Yes, she told
What are
Cheyenne
you,
that.
mental? That's something to just stop.
Yes. Why did Haley, you wrote tickle tickle and I had to approve it. Okay. Oh, Flashman, stop it. I'm going to ground you is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell your sister. Alrighty.
Oh my god. You just threatened Flashman with his sister? She don't play, bro.
I know. Alrighty, dinner time. Love y'all. Ciao for now. May you all stay degenerate. The degenerates I love. Will do, Ash. Enjoy your dinner.
I was born that way. I can't change now.
Carmen is more dude than I am sometimes.
Seriously, yeah.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Because the word tickle is a trigger from me, that's what my grandfather called. Ew. Sorry. It's just weird that YouTube held that. Okay, I read it. I don't think that's the one. That suspect didn't make it. Oh, okay.
Okay, thanks,
Well,
Robin.
Oops, Carmen. Not that one. Because that suspect, he didn't have a trial.
Yeah. We were talking about spelunking in a cave. Carmen totally missed that.
Oh, yes.
That's an empty threat.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Everyone thinks Flash fan is this, Puritan. We corrupted. Look at what he just wrote. He knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. We corrupted no one.
No one.
Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for today. So tomorrow we get some deputies.
I did not.
We get Deputy A. Ron Anderson. I hope his middle name is like Andrew.
A. Ron.
So that he is like AAA. Because I mean, why not? AAA. And then Deputy Mark Hervey. I don't have any middle name for him. And then Vicky Cron. I don't know who that is at all.
Vicky Grunt?
Cron. Kron.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, all these testimonies are they're short.
Yeah.
But they are just, I've had to break them up weird because they're not easy to do. I don't know. We'll get through it. I told you it was going to be weird. That's what I said. I have it. That's what I said. And you said, no, that wasn't the one. I even spelled it.
Just send it. Just send it.
I have it. I don't need you to send it. I have it.
Okay.
Good grief, Carmen, pay attention. Go dust or something.
You know she can't do that.
Yeah, whatever. All right, you guys. We will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. We will try to behave a little more, but probably won't. It's April Fool's Day, so don't get fooled. Tomorrow.
Someone's definitely
Pay attention. Pay attention. Don't let anybody fool you. I didn't say Krent. I said Kron. Kron. I listen to no one. I'm aware.
Good one, Bad Dazzer. Good one.
And also to you, Flash fan. Yes, it was a house. It's April Fool's Day, and I have to be with criminals. Have a good time, Carmen.
Aforesaid. Carmen has to be with criminals. Aforesaid.
Well, that does sound bad for April Fools. Robin. Well, now I want to look at it more. LOL. Have a good night. All right. So we can plan on, we'll do the Dima Tower trial after this one then, because this one is short.
Sounds good.
I was going to say sweet, but it's not. So, all right. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. First day of April. Have a good day, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hot mannequin love is kinda uncanny. Click, like, subscribe, ooh, piece of candy. Looking for my spotlight, chasing my vibe. Still looking for my credibility online. Ooh, hot mannequin love, candy on the floor, don't pick it up. Chasing all the clicks, chasing all the views. Credibility's hiding, but I'm bringing you the news. Every little scroll mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go. Every little scroll is a mystery, but you stuck around, watch the show with me. Laughs and chaos, that's how we roll. Drop a comment down below before you go.